What's up folks, Mike here at When Watches. Welcome to the video, and today's video is the start of a series where you're going to be able to follow along as I service this Amiga Cosmic 2000. It's quite a popular Amiga model, but there's some confusion with some people as to how you actually gain access to the movement. Now, most ordinary watches will have a snapback or a screw-on back, and you can just unscrew that and decant the movement that way. With this model, it's actually movement is sandwiched between the glass and the case back, and there seems no apparent easy access to it, so I'm going to explain how that's done, and then we're going to follow on to the movement, service the movement, and then put the whole thing back together. Now, most of the other videos, there won't be any running commentary, there'll just be some subtle music in the background so that you can follow along without having to listen to me jabber on. But I'll explain some of the points about this model so that you can achieve the same result at home. Now, because it's stuck inside a module, removing the stem is actually really simple. The stem and crown should be, but it isn't always, because sometimes they're repaired incorrectly. There'll be a stem piece on the inside and a separate stem piece attached to the crown, and they mate together so that they can be pulled apart. So we have to remove the crown, push the inside stem back in position, and then we're able to decant the movement. But first we have to take the bracelet off, and then we take the crown out. And then what we do is we're going to press the movement out from the back side through the glass side, and that's how the movement is decanted. Now, in order to do that, I have this die that I've made up on the lathe many years ago, which is specifically designed for the Cosmic, so that the Cosmic can sit in there, and we use the other die here to push the movement out through the back. It's a similar tool to the one that Amiga use in their factories or repair shops. This is just a simpler version made out of Delrin on the lathe. So we'll move on to that in a sec. I'm just going to take the bracelet off and take the crown out, and I'll come back. So now we have the crown separated from the movement. Once you've taken the crown off, you need to use a driver, about 1.2 millimeter driver. Just gently push the stem back into position. If you don't do that, the stem's liable to catch on the inside. So I don't know if we're going to see here. Where's the lens? So there we go. You might be able to see there on the crown there's a little cutout slot. This is the female section of the stem, and on the inside of the watch is the male section of the stem. These two combine to make the stem complete. This is how you're able to remove the movement without damaging the internal parts. So here we have a standard top-down press with the dies, and we're going to put the movement in upside down like so. Then we're going to line it up with the top die. Just going to check that by eye. Yeah, that seems okay. And then with gentle turns and pressure, I'm just going to push the movement through the case body. So just heard the glass go, and then we back off like so, and we're able to lift that out. Put that to one side. So we should have two separate parts here. Normally that comes out in one go, and then we have all the individual parts. So we have the glass. This is just mineral glass. When this is serviced, the glass is going to be replaced with a sapphire glass of the same dimension. It's always nice to just upgrade the glass a little. Then we have this gasket with the chapter ring. See if we're going to focus. There we go. So there's the inner chapter ring and the gasket. We'll leave that just as that is. Then you've got the case back and case back gasket. These are quite thick gaskets. If these become brittle or damaged, they can be problematic to replace. But these actually look in pretty good condition, so they can be able to reuse them. We're going to give them a nice coat of Molykote, which is a type of silicon. Then you have the case body here. Now this actually separates into two pieces. Sometimes they want to come out nicely, sometimes they don't. This will have to go in the ultrasonic. On the inside of here is a small rubber gasket, and that's what keeps the frame and the body here together. Most cases, this gasket inside becomes all rotten and gunky and horrible, and it tends to seize the two parts together. And then separating them can be quite difficult. If you can't separate them relatively easily after an ultrasonic clean, then it's best to just leave as it is. If you try to push down on the center ring and push down on the outside body, what you'll end up doing is you'll end up bending this piece, and it'll fracture here in the middle, and it's just not worth damaging. So if it doesn't want to come apart, just leave it as it is, and that's perfectly fine. So here we have watch head. Seems the seconds hand is stuck just there under the dial. There we go. So here we have the movement. So this is going to be checked over before it's stripped down for parts, and that'll be in the next video where we showcase how we take the movement apart and prepare it for cleaning. But that's it for the first video. There's another video on my channel showcasing how to uncase one of these, but if you wanted to follow along the whole series, seeing how one of these watches is serviced, then please like, subscribe, and follow on for the next video in the series. So until then, I'll see you in the next one. So as a little bonus clip to this video before we move on to the movement section, this is just what happens when you're servicing watches. You never know what you're going to find. So I've gone to take the hands and dial off. Taking the hands off, no problem. Undid the screws for the dial feet, only to realise that the dial feet aren't actually attached to the dial at all, and somebody has actually used little glue dots to secure the dial to the movement, and the dial feet are actually still in the movement plate. So that's always fun. So that's another issue to try and sort out where possible. But I thought I'd share that because you never know what you're going to come across when you're servicing a watch. It's just what's been done before you get to it. So enjoy.